possible to go live. Hopefully we should be live right now on YouTube. Can I give this a few seconds to propagate? Good. So lovely. We are actually live. So guys, thank you so much for joining me this morning. My name is Alejandro Zambrano, Chief Market Analyst with TradeCaptain.com. And in today's cryptocurrency trading outlook, we're gonna take a look at Ethereum and Bitcoins. Now, before we start, as always, I need to stress that trading financial markets is unfortunately risky, and there's a genuine risk that we'll lose all of our invested money. So please bear that in mind before you start trading. Now, we're gonna begin with Ethereum, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin. So, this is Ethereum and a daily chart for that matter as well. So a few days ago, on the 13th of October to be exact, the market breached this sideways tight range here. The market was trapped between 286 and 314. So trapped between these two levels, and it was a nice little range of about 8.77%. Now we had a break to the upside, and usually when you break to the upside is the beginning of a bullish trend. And we did see a break here, so if you were really quick, you had limit orders on, then long here for this to go up, and then on the pullback, in essence, looking to go long again. And this is something we discussed a few days ago. I said that if we go back down to the support levels, markets will most likely try to go long around here. Now, the market being a little bit cheeky tried to take out the trend. You can see it moved all the way down, but did not trade below the low of this range. And the low of this range is 286. A low here created on the 9th of October. Now, went all the way down and almost touched level, but then quickly bounced. As you can see here, this candle is interesting because this candle open here, was all the way down here, and then closed pretty much where we started. Now that's a bullish sign, and it's really an indication that people would like to buy down here. And because the overall trend remains bullish for now, at least the short-term trend, or the multi-day, multi-week trend that has been in place since the beginning of September, you can see price creating higher and higher lows. And because this trend is bullish, I'm going to remain bullish. So I'm going to remain bullish for now. No real change to the outlook. And I anticipate that over the next few days, and then within this zone, we will see the end of this short-term downtrend that has been in place since the 16th of October. You can see here how, at least in the 1-hour chart, the market created this high on the 16th of October, bounced back up and created this other high here on the 19th of October, and the actual high is the 317 level. Take this high out, and the market would most likely start to trend up higher. Until that happens, it might move down a little bit lower, maybe down to 300, as it tries to test this low and see if it's a real low that can be trusted. Now, let's take a look at Bitcoin. So this is Bitcoin, and obviously there's a lot of attention on Bitcoin right now, more than ever really, because Bitcoin had this massive rally from its very low here in September. The market, I think, is up with almost 100%. Yeah, 96.96%. Now, when you take out a high like this, an important level like that, when we move back to that level, the market looks to go long again. And that is something that we did discuss in a video we did not so long time ago. And we said if we move down to these levels, then it's time to start to look to go long again. Now we moved down. Fortunately, did not go all the way down to the low. The market was content with a corrective move of about 12%. Now, there's two things here that I think could happen, or three things really. Uh, First thing is just straight sideways, and then eventually go down. And what may happen here is that as we go down to these lows again, I would look to turn bullish again around these levels. I take in what we call a Fibonacci. So Fibonacci tool, I pull that from this low here to this high up here, and this gives you these three different levels. So ideally, people like to buy from the first flip. So that will be 4,754, and then you have the breakout level. So somewhere around here, I suspect the market is going to be quite interested to look to go long again. And this range, unfortunately, because we're talking about like a financial market or a coin, so it's no different than a currency. We don't know for certain where this price is going to bounce from. But as you can see here, this market is bullish. It's creating higher and higher and higher lows. And for now, I think the most important low that we should focus on is the 4,097 level. So might go down and somewhere around these levels, starting with about 5,000, I would look for this to bounce and then head up higher. And as long as it's above 4,097, there's no real reason to actually make any changes to this outlook. Now the alternative is that we trade sideways for a little bit longer and then we take out the high. If we take out this high here, we could potentially rally a little bit higher. And let's see if I can get this working. And then this, there we go. And then this market could go up maybe to the monthly R2 level. Now, what is this monthly R2 level? Well, it's the R2 level of something called the pivot point indicator, which is an old school technical analysis tools that provides us with the anticipated range for the market. It works really good on currencies, really good on commodities, and I think was originally developed for stocks. So the statistics tell us that 82% of the time we do not trade much higher than the R2. Now that's just 82% of the time. So that means that 18% of the time we do go up higher. But again, there's 4 and 5th that we will be capped here. So we might go up a little bit more up here and then we'll just take it from there. If it goes all the way up and then on a pullback we go long again with this being a stop. But for now, I think most likely more consolidation and then some sort of pullback to support and then higher, I would argue. So I would start looking at the market from these levels. I don't necessarily trust this level because look at this. This is an interesting candle. It's a bullish candle, right? However, we need to put it into perspective. We need to put it on the perspective into the fact that it happened up here after such a strong rally. If it happens, maybe like, well, not there actually. Let's see, Ethereum is better. If you compare this candle up here, this candle is happening at support. So that's really where you want to see these candles, at support levels, not at a high. Okay, let's see if we can answer some of your questions, if we have any questions. I didn't mention this, but to be able to participate here and ask questions during these live webinars, you need to have a YouTube account. If you don't have any, I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't have my own YouTube account until I started to host webinars on YouTube myself. So because of that, I fully understand. Now it's very easy to set up one and it's all free. You just need to go to YouTube, create your own account, create your own profile, a little bit like you would create your own Twitter account, and by doing so you can actually ask me questions. Now what you could do as well, and you can do that probably for the next time, is you can just send your questions to my Twitter. So my Twitter is AlexFX00. So that is my Twitter handle. So if you don't have Twitter, or sorry, YouTube, you can use Twitter to interact with me. Now, we're going to try to do these on a regular basis. Yesterday we did the Forex market outlook at 9 a.m. and we're probably going to be doing the cryptocurrency trading outlook as well. I'm not sure if it's going to be a Monday. I think most likely we're going to push everything, so we do the webinars in the beginning of the week. Now, for next week, I'm actually not going to be in London. I'm going to be in Dubai and in Beirut for 2 seminars. I'm also going to visit the headquarters of Amana Capital, which is the website that is delivering TradeCaptain.com. So because of that, I'm not sure if I'm actually going to have time to do the webinars. If I do have time, I'll definitely do them. But most likely, I'm gonna not be online doing webinars next week. Rather, I'm gonna be back on the 30th of October, and then we'll do webinars uh, as usual, really. As well, on the most likely the 23rd of November, we're going to do a special webinar on cryptocurrencies and a special webinar on blockchain. Now, blockchain is the technology behind Bitcoin, and it's a technology or a method that could be used in many other industries. So we're going to talk more about that to explain to you what that is all about, talk more about how the different coins are different, pros and cons with each coin, and pros and cons of having your own e-wallet, or if one should trade with regulated brokers like Amana Capital. For more on this, make sure that you keep track of us here. You can check out the webinars and seminar section, and of course, follow us on Twitter at TradeCaptain, and as well myself at AlexFX00. And with this, guys, we're going to conclude today's update. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys most likely in about 2 weeks from now. Have a good day. Goodbye.